Welcome, Gemini. This is your weekly focus for June the 11th through to the 17th, 2018. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you, truly, for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. Now, let's look towards the cards to see the energy they reveal and how we can use it in a positive light in order to go forward on our path. Ten of Swords. Now, personally, I like the Ten of Swords. Most people don't, and for good reason. We lay there and we have all these swords in our back. It's very dreary. The tree is dead. There's no plant life around us, no grass blooming around us, no flowers. Do you see the sun coming up in the horizon? Do you see the wisdom sitting in the tree? Maybe waiting to whisper to you? Maybe for you to connect with somehow? Your higher wisdom, your sage wisdom, your higher intuition. Those swords represent the lessons that you had to walk through in order to get to now. And I mean, you have the new moon in your sign, so we have the sun in your sign and the moon in your sign. Mercury has just come through. Mercury will leave your sign this week and go into the next house. But right now we're going to look at your sun sign, because this is truly new beginnings for you. This is the death of the old. This is understanding your path forward because you have all the information now. This is reinventing your tomorrow. And it could be completely. Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is telling us that there are things that we need to let go of or turn our attention away from in order for new abundance to happen in our life. Here we sit on the threshold of the door of abundance, okay? We don't see the door of abundance because we're sitting there and we're holding that one pentacle so tightly to our chest. We have another one straddled between our knees and a foot on each of the other 2 points. And we're kind of looking back and forth and like, you're not taking this away from me. I'm not budging. I'm not letting go. I'm not moving. And if we just were to stand up and set down that other pentacle and turn around, we would see how close we are to the abundance, to the joy, to the happiness that can be. We're not going to be able to do that with our hands full. We're definitely not going to do that with our back turned towards it. And so in some way, we are saying no to our dreams because we don't want to let go of what we have now. And that is really thinking, that's lack thinking. That's inviting less in. New opportunities, new energy, new people in our lives. And so we have to stand up. We have to say, well, if this goes, then it wasn't meant in my life. Nine of Pentacles appears. What beautiful energy to have surrounding a new moon. Because as much as we want to run, especially the first couple of days, but even I think right after the new moon, the more we want to run, the more likely we are to trip and fall. Look at the garment we've got on. We have to take it one step at a time. We have to stay grounded. We have to stay focused. We have to stay on task. And this is telling you that the storms have passed. And most of the decks, this is usually portrayed as storm clouds behind us. And you're sitting in this beautiful garden. And the birds are singing and flying around, and the butterflies. And the aromas, the fragrances of the fresh flowers as the heavy rain had just come through. It invigorates you. It enlivens you. It makes you feel strong and fresh and new again. And so this is the energy you are walking into. And don't rush to get there. New experiences will seemingly appear out of nowhere. Right now we're in a tunnel. We really can't see. We can see a little bit, but we can't see exactly how beautiful that garden is that we are entering, that part of our life is that we are entering. For work and career, and I call it work and career because that's what most people are kind of concentrated on, but really it is what defines you as a person. So if we were to meet, how would you describe yourself? Would it be work and career to me? Would it be your investments? Would it be what you do in the community? Would it be your home, family, your well-being, your health? We have the Seven of Swords here with the Queen of Pentacles. Simplify. Where do you need to simplify in your life? Where have you made, maybe it's a new job experience or taking a hobby into a career or taking, maybe you're just overthinking it. Maybe you just need to take it down to the basics and see what extras you threw in there that really don't need to be in there in order to go towards abundance, in order to go towards happiness, joy. Where have you overthought it? Where have you burdened yourself with extra responsibilities or obligations? There is a time of great growth in your life here, great abundance happening in your life. You have to be within your passions, though. It can't be a job you truly hate. And if it's a job you truly hate right now, and so brush up that resume. Beautiful time during new moon energy to brush up a resume and get them out there. Invite in a new opportunity, a new career path. Expect the growth to be there for you. Expect the prosperity to be there for you. But we need to simplify. We need to only take forward what we truly need. So if you're putting in all kinds of overtime at work and you're not getting anywhere for it, then maybe you need to work smarter rather than harder. So look at simplifying your path forward. Maybe you don't need all the extras or all the buzzers and whistles, or maybe you are, that's your way of procrastinating. Well, I'll take this one extra course and then I don't have to move forward as fast. Maybe I need to learn a little bit more about this before I move forward in some way. And the Queen of Pentacles says, no, you are already the Queen of Pentacles. You have the energy to move forward, but you need to simplify. Bring in or hone in the focus to what you truly want, where you truly want to step. And this is a special new moon because it is right around those 9 fixed stars. And for you, that's incredibly important because, especially if you have a birth date around this time. Because those 9 fixed stars, I mean, it's the dove, it's the female warrior, it's the string of pearls. It invites in success, good luck. So hone in on what is complicating. And what I was going to say about if you really hate your job, you know what? Wake up in the morning and say, I go and I get to play today. And then go to work. But we're going to change the word work to play. And if you do that on a daily basis, you will find that you are enjoying the experience of being in that particular environment just a little bit more. You might enjoy the people more, the conversation more. There might be more laughter. You might be getting more done because you've raised your energy until you find that new job, until you find that new career, until you can actually step into it. For love and relationships, we have the Three of Wands and the Eight of Swords. Perceptions are changing within relationships. You see through the illusions. You see the reality. Now, this could be, when I say love and relationships, it could be to the love towards yourself, but more so, it could be a lover, a soulmate, a child, a parent, a best friend, somebody close to you in work, in the community, a sibling. I think your perceptions are changing, and very much so. So could be relationships. Some will grow stronger. Some new relationships can come in right now. Absolutely. They'll take you into whole new paths. What is your definition of home and family? What is your definition of love, respect, support? And where are you getting that? Really getting that? You know, we have Neptune next week. Neptune will be going retrograde. Neptune goes retrograde about 40% of the time. So um, during its cycle, it's in retrograde a lot. But it allows us to bring in this clarity, this understanding. And this card, you know, it kind of shows me the fog. Like I've been, every time I speak of the Neptune retrograde, I see this, it's like a wall of clouded ice. But the fog, we can't see clearly, we can't see through. Maybe it's an illusion that we have been buying into. Maybe we have been only hearing and seeing what we want to hear and see rather than what isn't really in front of us, what really is the reality of the situation. And so we may start to get a clarity and understanding that might set us into new paths. Maybe it's conversations that we need to have with a special loved one in order to clear the air, in order to get in some kind of clarity, some kind of understanding, some kind of, yeah, maybe it's through communication. Maybe it's through a communication with yourself and seeing through an illusion that really moves you forward within the relationship or away from the relationship or right into the relationship. Maybe you were staying away from a relationship because of an illusion, because of a lack of knowing all the details or the situation. So there definitely, I think, new perceptions in relationships. And it could be on how you need to be treated or respected or supported or loved. It could be about how you give. And is it over the top, or is it not enough? Or is there a good balance there? And is it then the other person that is not reciprocating that kind of energy to you? Spirituality, we have the moon. How fitting is that for you guys? This is being truthful with yourself. This is stripping yourself down. This is wanting to step into the liberation, wanting to step into the freedom, the wild part of you, the one full of passion, full of energy, full of excitement. You know, you can't go to sleep at night because you're so excited for tomorrow to come so you can get back to it, so you can start again, start anew. So, what kind of passion, what kind of dream does that look like to you? Yeah, it should scare you a little too, by the way. If your dream doesn't scare you, it's definitely not big enough because it's making your ego go, oh no, we don't want to do that. Because your ego will try and keep you safe. Even if it is detrimental to you, your ego will help keep you safe so that you know what to expect. The moon is saying, no, I embrace whatever comes my way. I'm going to go with the flow. I'm going to see where I come out. I'm going to see where this path or this new relationship or this new experience is going to lead me. I'm going to brush up that resume and put it out there, and I'm going to keep my regular job anyways until something, if anything, comes out of it. Let's see what happens. Where am I being drawn? Where am I being pulled? Where do I need to be truthful with myself? Where do I need to bring in that clarity and understanding? Where do I need to allow that new perception to become my new truth? Look at this, health and well-being. Well, know that whatever you are stepping into, you are going to have to work those muscles. That it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be a cakewalk. It's not just going to fall into your lap. That there's going to be work and there's going to be stresses and there's going to be demands. It's like somebody who, goes out and they do yard work or gardening for the first time since, after a full winter. And they get out there, it's the first nice spring day, and they just spend like hours in the garden. And then they come in and they're like, wow, I am so sore. I can't believe it. I can barely move. But they were on a treadmill all winter to stay in shape. So they don't even know how to figure this out. And it's because we're using new muscles that haven't been used in a while. And so going on to new paths, new ways of being and becoming can bring in the stress of, feeling uncomfortable. And know that we shouldn't get all worked up about feeling uncomfortable, feeling like a fish out of water at times. That it is a muscle that we are developing, it is a skill that we are developing, it is a trait or an ability that we are honing, and that it's okay to feel uncomfortable. Somebody told me once the secret of dieting is the minute you start to feel hungry, going, yes, because that's an actual calorie being burnt right now. I feel it because my body is saying, uh-oh, we're going the other way. We need to refuel. And to embrace that feeling of, wow, I'm a little hungry right now. To say, this is a good thing. And maybe I'll just eat something small and see if I can make that just go away and trick my body enough till the next time it feels that way, instead of sitting down and having that 10-course meal. So when this is in the health and well-being, we're also looking at different behaviors that we have, different reactions to things, but uh, different routines, messing up, changing up our routines, doing something different, going to work a different way, setting the alarm clock a few minutes earlier so that we can fit in something at the beginning of our day, changing our diet in some way. And no, it's not going to feel comfortable. So embrace that feeling of discomfort, knowing that you are succeeding if you're feeling the discomfort because you're moving towards a new energy, a new path. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.